Hello, everyone. We are here for some serious business today. This list is modern, mostly mono blue, Urza Paradoxical outcome, and apparently this deck is at least a little bit real. It got ninth in the 411 person PTQ yesterday, and I'm really into Urza in modern. I'm really into Paradoxical outcome in formats where you can cast it. And this deck is exactly the kind of power level that might just be busted. Like Urza is very strong. I love the four color Urza decks, but if this is just like a turn faster on average or harder to disrupt, that then it's going to be a totally different type of deck that could just go way over the top of what everyone else is doing. So I'm really stoked to try this thing. Maybe it's a meme, but that result from yesterday doesn't seem like it. So basically, what this deck tries to do is get 5 artifacts into play, which should not be hard. The entire column to the left here costs 0. There's 17 0 drops in the deck. And then Saheeli and Sai crank out more artifacts. Then once you have 5, you can start casting spells off your deck with Urza, because Urza taps each of them for blue mana. And if you have Paradox Engine in play, every spell you cast untaps all your artifacts. So you're just going to eventually snowball your way into, you tap 5, you cast a thing, you untap 5, now you have 6 things, then you tap for 6, then you cast a thing, then you untap 6 things, now you have 7 things, and then eventually you'll hit PO and just draw 7 somewhere along the way. And this definitely is the type of deck that if you put your shields down against, you could just die. And I'm into that. I have had some success in the past with Paradoxical outcome in other formats, and I'm really excited to try it here. Let's see if this thing is busto. Alright, we're here in round 1. This hand seems slower than I need it to be. Yeah, this deck's very good at turning on Mox Opal on turn 1. Alright, like this hand is a no-lander, but I think it's good. Like, Opal's on. I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. We're so dead to a Karn or like Thoughtseize, though. Yeah, like Thoughtseize your Mox Opal would have been GG for sure, but I came to game here. Land would be a great draw because that lets us power out basically our entire hand immediately. Speaking of, alright, so it's not quite our whole hand, but it's a lot of it. The big deal here is that we got to cast a 4th artifact so we can bobble. Alright, so they put Field of Ruin on top with their Serum Visions. Inventor's Fair is Dece plus. Let's play this for 1. We could have played it for 2, but I don't think that's actually good. Opal and Amber, or we drew Amber. We don't need more mana sources at this point. I'll play out the Watery Grave, and I'm going to bobble them again. Alright, Snapcaster coming. Teferi. Okay, I don't think that's a huge deal. Like, it sets back our development a little bit, but if we just draw a relevant spell, a payoff, I could also just explosives for 3. Can I get Mind Stone into play this turn too? Yeah, I still have my land drop. Let's look at another card. Another Serum Vision's coming. Alright, all 4 baubles have been cantrip through at this point. They should probably ruin Inventor's Fair before it kills them. Yeah. Played that knowing that was possible. This lets me blast a fairy now if I want to, but I'm not sure if I do. I probably do. Whatever. Alright. Just Kingdom for a payoff here. They played this, they played this. Alright, the second Teferi just arriving immediately. No big deal. Yeah, so this deck certainly has a lot of air in it, as we're learning right now. My opponent definitely has Cryptic Command. Or else they would have shoved Teferi. So we drew a payoff, but now they have counter spells up. So I'm going to have to try to bait them somehow. Like if I can cast a Paradoxical Outcome, ooh, a Sigh might be good enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sigh might be good enough to bait them. And then I can jam Urza. Yeah, there's the Cryptic Command. The counter draw. This turns on Opal. Just have to hope they don't have mana leak. Surgical Sigh. Surgical in the main deck? What year is it? Don't they know Faithless Looting was banned? That's going to make winning a little more difficult. We still have a Saheeli, but there are 3 Sighs in the deck. It's weird they would just jam Surgical on Sigh there. Because if I had another Sigh, I would have played it before the Amber. But I guess they thought like that's the legend they've seen. Oh, I didn't even need that. Had it. 1, 2, 3. Can't fire off spells with Urza yet. But now we have something resembling a clock. Teferi is probably going to bounce Construct. Yep. Narset is troublesome. Very, very troublesome. Blue-white's got to be like the worst matchup. Especially since we didn't get off the ground quickly. Alright, so now that my Sighs are gone, I can draw Saheeli or Urza that do anything. Alright, we're drawing pretty slim here. And they have a Snapcaster. Hello. I'll just cast Urza. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tilt. Is there any reason to have this in my graveyard? I guess I could just bounce these artifacts and fire off another Urza thing right now. Probably would have won the game if they didn't have Narset in play, though. LOL. Narset just burying us here. So we know they have Snap Path. Oh, they have Winds of Abandon also, so they can just clear both of our things. Alright, maybe we'll just spike another Urza right away. How about that? Show them how it's done. I'll just leave that hanging out for now. Great. We would be winning so hard if this Narset was not in play. But unfortunately it is. So that's life. Bottom. Top. So you can't snap overload. That's just not how that mechanic works. So maybe I can kill this Narset and take an extra turn. Yeah. That'll do. Yeah, we were not able to find a payoff quick enough, and they were completely set up. I definitely could have crushed Narset there. Alright, so they're going to have probably Stony Silence after board. Bring in some counter spells, some removal stuff. Alright, what do I not want? Normally I would shave opals in this kind of matchup, but I think this deck might just need to max out on them. So I've obviously not sideboarded at all. This is my first game ever played with this deck, so I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes here. But let's make them together. Alright, I'll cut these explosives. Because you can't explode the things you want to in this matchup. Like, if Stony Silence is in play, you can't explode anymore. That's just how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards are here. I gotta cut 2 more. I think I gotta leave these zeros intact. Need my payoffs. This Mind Stone is the next worst card. And Wellspring, maybe? Seems reasonable. Alright, let's go. And we've seen Surgical Extraction already for some reason. Alright, so I have 3 4-drops and 1 mana. Or 2 mana. Mulligan that. Jeez. All payoffs, no enablers. This one might be playable. Get rid of this and this. I want that later. So I need to draw a mana source for Saheeli. If I can get her operational, we can play this game. All right. Now we have two different copies of Saheeli. Just jam Stony Silence. Make it happen. My life is pain. Come on, land. Okay, I mean, that's something. Cast with Escalate. No, I just want to cast the normal way. I don't think draining them for 2 is really going to matter in this matchup. Vetoed, sure. Wow, talk about never getting off the ground. My God. All right. This one at least does something. Ugh. What do you got for me, opponent? I have a million cards in hand. Jace active. I've done nothing for the entire game. All right. We're dead. I've seen enough. Yeah, that was rough. That matchup seems tough. And this is a hand full of enablers with no payoff. This hand looks keepable. I'm going to bottom... Probably one of the lands. I'm on the draw with 2 Serum Visions. And I play more mana sources than payoffs, so I think I want to keep both payoffs in hand. Oh no. Well, our payoffs remain in our hand. This is probably Mardu Shadow. Like, that's the only deck that's really playing this card. It also won the PTQ this weekend, so it's probably on a high right now. Yeah, they're deciding between Opal and Visions. Opal, I probably would not have picked Opal, but I'm glad they did. So if I leave both of these on top, I can cast Serum Visions and then all 3 of the other cards next turn. Like the Visions, like I draw Chalice for turn. Oh no, I miscounted that. Alright, so I can cast Chalice now, and then I'm drawing Opal next turn. Or I could... No, nope, I still can. Yeah, alright. Gotta figure out how I can turn 3 this Urza. Alright, Vista is a big one. So I can play all 3 of these. All right. Wish I drew that Astrolabe this turn. All right, I'm going to bottom that because it doesn't matter. And I'm going to top Vista. And then... I'm going to play around discard and into removal by jamming the rest of these cards. And I'm going to play explosives on 1 to proactively address Death Shadow. Alright, so they know my whole hand. They know it's 2 payoffs. They should be able to derive that I left a land on top because I just topped a Serum Visions. This line has protection from Inquisition of Kozilek. And even Thoughtseize can only take 1 of my 2 payoffs, though I'd certainly prefer my hand to remain unmolested. I mean, Ranger Captain doesn't even really stop me. And it means I can't just PO and win next turn, but I can still jam Urza. Kolaghan's Command would be absolutely brutal, though. I don't think that's usually in main decks, though. But they're clearly casting a 3-mana spell. It's probably a Liliana, a Ranger Captain, or a Kolaghan's Command. Ranger Captain is the one I want to happen out of all of that list. Please cast Ranger Captain. Okay, cool. I can live with that. To get a shadow. Let's see if they want to deny me PO right away. They don't. Let's see if we can punish them for it. Oh, we can't because I only have 3 mana. Never mind. LOL. Yeah, not being able to get a counter on this Chalice was pretty rough. So if they kill Urza this turn... Oh no! That was a very good draw, opponent. There's the shadow. Well, they sequenced that poorly. I'll kill your shadow for free. I'll definitely trade here. All right, come on, payoff. All right, I'm going to bobble them in their upkeep, so I know what they draw, but they can't Thoughtseize it. Oh, good. They're drawing Death Shadow. Great. Okay. That makes their play last turn make a little more sense, but still sequenced, not ideally. Hey. Alright, so I could just PO for 2. Or I could try to Visions my way into an artifact or a land and PO for more. So I'm taking 14 next turn for sure. Dead to a fetch land. Let's go. I play 4 Engineered Explosive. Let's draw one. Drew Mox Opal. Punished hard. Bottom, top. Alright, I'm just going to pass and hope we're not dead, but I'm sure we are. They have to be able to deal 2 damage to themselves. One of it's already in play. So any Thoughtseize or fetch land will do. That sucks. God, Ranger Captain's so good against these spell-based decks. Alright, yeah, we're dead. They're just gonna silence us in the upkeep. Discard's pretty rough against this deck too. Probably just want these cards. Not sure if I want Tezzeret. Alright, so 6 cards coming in. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you're ever allowed to cut the combo. The end game engine here. No pun intended. For maybe push is only really for oof or various humans like Meddling Mage or whatever. Because against Death Shadow, Engineered Explosives already does that job pretty well. Plus it does even more. Alright, I'm presenting this deck. So this hand gets to cast Explosives for 1 proactively and got Mox Opal out of the hand. Then any land casts, or any artifact casts Psi. I think I'm going to keep this. Lots of payoffs. Enough enablers that I'm comfortable with the keep. Mulliganing is definitely the hardest part of this deck. Just coming in raw like this. I also just have no blue mana if this Mox Opal doesn't get active. The opponent kept 6. What do you think the chances are they don't have a discard spell? They only play 6. Bummer. It's even Thoughtseize. They can take whatever they want. Thoughtseize creates kind of an interesting tension, though, because they'd probably rather take Psi to work their way up my curve, like take my 3, make sure they don't get hit on turn 2 with it, and then take my 4s later. But Thoughtseize takes 4s and Inquisition doesn't. Alright, they're lucky they took Psi. Totally hit the 0 drop. Backup Explosives on 1. And then a land goes ham next turn. Let's hope they don't have Stony Silence. We're probably ice cold to that. Alright, what do you fear? Come on, land. D. Sereno. Alright, I did board in black card, so I should probably fetch Watery Grave. Sweet. I drew enough artifacts that I can even redeploy the explosives on 1. I don't have to shove them on 0. I'm going to play this one on 0. Unfortunately, Amber does not see Mox Opal as a legend. That counts. Bubble you now. Silent clearing on top. Alright, so this unlocks their 3 drops. Ranger Captain already showed it's very good. If they didn't have Colligun's command in game 1, they probably have at least one in game 2. There's that cap. Alright, let's draw Urza or PO. We got 2 draws to find something good. Ooh. Not mad about that one. Kind of hope they do sack in response here. Oh. What does this do? If I top, cast a fairy. So I can still cast Astrolabe this turn, get another draw. Yeah, I'm gonna top those. Astrolabe is gonna draw Astrolabe. I'm gonna cast a fairy. I'm gonna plus to fairy. I don't want to bounce this because they can still just replay it, then they have multiple shadows. I could have cast my Astrolabe. Like, now I have a legend for Mox Amber. I could have filtered it into snow, but I don't actually want to do that because I want that PO to hide on top of my deck. The shadow. Damping Sphere. That one's kind of a beating. It's a shame they were smart enough to deploy that in the right order. But I should be able to blow it up with an Engineered Explosives this turn, if I can figure this out. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available. Three, 4, 5, 6. So if I pick up all of these, what happens? Their shadow's going to kill Teferi. Ooh, I could just replay Teferi. I don't have enough mana though, but I can bounce Teferi. They can also sack Ranger in response to this, keep me from redeploying. Alright, I'll plus Teferi, because I'm probably going to bounce it. Puzzling this out is a lot of fun. Kind of hope they do sack Ranger in response to this. Alright, not interested. One, 2, 3, 4. drew 0 lands and all that. That's a ton of fun. All right, so how do I get this Damping Sphere off the field? I can do that next turn and then redeploy all this junk. So Mox Opal is mana neutral, but I can't actually turn it on. Oh, I can just push the Death Shadow. If I pay 1 for this, then I'd have to pay 2 for this. Nope, just missing a land just killed me here. I think I just have to pop this and pass. God, that's gross. Yeah, just missing on a land in my draw 5 there was no bueno. Gonna have to discard 1,000 cards here. 1. See you later, Teferi. 3. I need the explosives to clear the sphere. It's probably just Astrolabe. Yuck. Alright, so that's going to take Psi for sure. Unless they have Surgical, then they can just take Fatal Push and extract my size. If we found a land last turn, we could just have some number of artifacts in play and be holding up Fatal Push right now. That's a much better version of events. Unearth Shadow. Okay. I think I can beat that. Okay. They know I have Fatal Push in my hand. That was weird. But okay. I'll allow it. Oh no, another Ranger. Alright. They're kind of stuck under their own sphere right now too, which is a lot of fun for me. Is it time? Are we popping our Rangers? Did not pop Ranger. Not yet anyway. Alright, so how do I maximize this? Definitely lead on Saheeli. If they want to pop in response to keep my 1/1s from training, at least their 3/3s ought to play. And if they don't, then I get a bunch of 1/1s. Alright, so Amber actually taps for mana. And we're going to learn a cool trick here. Engineered explosives cost 2 more. So I'm going to cast it for 0, but pay the 2 for 2 different colors, which gives Sunburst 2, even though I cast this for 0. Which is why Engineered Explosives is very powerful against Thalia and Damping Sphere kind of effects. It basically doesn't affect them. Alright, so now I have 2 blockers. I have an active Planeswalker. I can blow up Damping Sphere next turn. And then just go bananas. They have 2 cards in their hand, one of which is Death Shadow, which I have covered with this Explosives. And they're still kind of getting squeezed by their own sphere. Yeah, I played a lot of KCI back in the day. And so here goes my explosives for sure. Yeah, I played a lot of KCI, and the way you beat Death Shadow is by switching into these Size and Saheeli kind of cards, and you just play this fair game. It's attacking Saheeli. Alright. She doesn't matter if she's on 5 or 2. Like, unless they have a burn spell or, like, they want to use Team or Battle Rage to kill this thing. Her static ability is the reason we play this card. Is it time to pop? Probably should be. Or else I'm going to go nuts with servos this turn. I could also just draw Urza at any point and just win the game. Alright, that wasn't Urza, clearly. Alright, so I could die to Team or Battle Rage, but that's about it. Like, Plague Engineer could clear my servos and they could kill Saheeli, and then I'm in a lot of trouble, but I'm not dead. If they start chaining Rangers together, that would be pretty rough too. Alright, Bauble taxing their spells. Targeting me. So I could bust Inventor's Fair right now, or I could bust Engineered Explosives. I could actually just do both. Let's see what's at the fair. Oh, Astrolabe Explosives clears the shadow. It's almost certainly what I want to be doing. Yeah, Explosives clears shadow and makes a servo. And I can leave Damping Sphere and play for another turn. Because I think it's hurting them more than it's hurting me right now. I'm going to bank on that being true. Oh, hello. Or maybe I could just bust Explosives, cast out my zeros, make 1,000,000 creatures. That sounds good. Me playing this for 0 should scare them. Do I pick up Saheeli here? I don't think so, because I can't really replay her reliably. She's already doing her job in play. Hello, Urza. I don't think Urza is castable. I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I only have 3 mana. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn, except it's an artifact. Alright, so I could float mana with Opal and turn Servo into an Opal and cast Urza. I don't think I need to do that, though. I'll just cast Explosives for 1. Attack for 1. I have a fuck zillion blockers. I can destroy Death Shadow at instant speed whenever I need to. Stony Silence. Alright, that changes things a little bit. Alright, kill Death Shadow. Alright. So they just wanted to show me they have Stony Silence in their sideboard before they pack it in. Good to know. Thanks, opponent. Alright, so Teferi bounces Stony. Tezzeret can dodge Stony, but Tezzeret's another 4-drop adding in here. I'm actually really interested in these fatal pushes. Just keeping the pressure off, especially if we can operate at instant speed, like in response to a captain activation, or if we can just do it on their turn. Like, those are both big games to me. The problem is, what are we cutting? Every card left in the deck seems so important to the plan. Maybe I can go one less Teferi, but Teferi's my only way to remove a Stony Silence, which they generously revealed to me. Maybe I just don't need Nexus, because I don't have Engine, so the infinite loop is out, where I'm just trying to play a fair game. And maybe 3 is enough pushes. I'll cut an Opal, actually. Like, that's tough, because in, like, KCI or Urza, I would easily cut an Opal, but this deck just wants that free mana quicker. So it's tough. That might be wrong, but I think I still like it. So this hand is fair and square all day. Got some cantrips, some removal, some payoffs. Nothing huge going on here. Land go without a 1-drop. That smells like a Stony Silence to me. So I'm going to cast Serum Visions this turn and Bobble. Explosives and push. I'm going to bottom the explosives and top the push because this just feels like Stony Silence. Like, why would they keep a hand with no discard spells? No Street Wraith, like, I don't know, weird stuff. Alright, there's a Thoughtseize. Tide Hollow Sculler. Okay, we're drawing Fatal Push for the turn. So they're probably going to take the Fatal Push they see and then get wrecked by the Fatal Push I draw. So that's my plan. I can even sneak an Astrolabe on this plan. Glad I brought in those extra pushes. The Thoughtseize is a bummer. But I have 2 payoffs, so we'll make it work. Street Wraith. That's not really information. It's just going to be in their graveyard in 1 second and be a different card. Ooh, Liliana of the Veil. That's some spice. I will easily discard this island. You discarded a Plains. I'm going to exchange this Fatal Push and 2 life for a different Fatal Push and 2 life. So I could have taken 2 and left Fatal Push in my hand, but instead I didn't. Some 0-drop artifacts would be nice here. Black. Alright, so I can use the first side to soak up a Liliana activation. Yeah, hitting a 0-drop there, just bricking Liliana would have been insane. But I'm going to run out one of the size since I have 2 and force them to minus their Liliana. Because plussing it's also good here, especially paired with the Thoughtseize. They're running out of cards in their hand, though. They're down to 3. Hope to start slamming haymakers pretty soon. They should probably take Urza here. I think I'm discarding Fatal. Or I don't have to discard this turn because they're going to minus. Never mind. Yep, there goes Urza. Obviously, I can't see their hand, but they're doing a whole lot of thinking here for what seems like a pretty obvious line. All right, they got to it eventually. All right, there's Death Shadow. And we just get to completely empty our hand and go off. Nice. All right, so we have Fatal Push in hand now. We're a little insulated from Liliana. Like any removal spell, if they can kill Thopter, then they can minus Liliana, and they've got crazy value off that thing. But they know about the push. They have 1 card left in their hand. I tentatively like our spot here. It could change very quickly, but feeling okay at the moment. easily pushing this thing. I'm not going to get baited into chump blocking and then they get to Liliana me. I'm going to make them cast a spell if they want to do stuff. Alright, so it's going to cost them a card if they plus Liliana. She's just going to hang out at 2 if they don't. If I start drawing some artifacts, things are going to get dicey for them pretty quick. Do they pop their ranger? They did not pop their ranger. Okay. So I can sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. I'm going to do that. Fuck. That's super annoying. Like any artifact there, we just go bananas. I'm going to attack Liliana. Put her to 1. Make them plus her if they want any additional value. I will snap block Ranger Avios with Psy. Just take my beats from Death Shadow. It's 7. It can be 8 on a whim. Could die to Battle Rage, but we're always dead to Battle Rage. That's just a fact of life. Didn't even attack with the Ranger. The Naked Sculler. Just to get the beats in. Alright, let's draw some sort of cantripping artifact. Or Urza. If Psy gets a trigger or 2, we're going to take this game over. Okay, we've been capped. Let's draw Urza. Drew Psy. That's kind of interesting. And by kind of, I mean not really. So close. If that was Urza, we would pretty much win on the spot. Instead, they can plus... Okay. We're actually still playing this. If they plus Liliana, I just block... I just chump Death Shadow with Thopter. If they minus Liliana, I have a side to follow up. And they don't have Liliana anymore. So we still have another turn to chain some Astrolabes together. Alright, Liliana's dead. Psy's gone. No! God, they're so good at drawing cards. They're much better than me. I can still win this with a... Oh wait, no, they get to play another Death Shadow. Yeah, if they just play their Shadow, then cap me, I'm dead. Pretty sure no outs on that one. Yep, alright. We're dead anyway. Lame. It's round 3. We're on the draw again. So this hand is an opal or land away from being functional. I'm going to keep. Maybe I shouldn't, but Bauble is an extra look at more lands. If we draw opal, we just have a turn 1 Wellspring. Alright, the race is on. Soulscar Mage. This is probably pretty good against Prowess. They're drawing a second Soulscar Mage. Nice. Let's find a second land, please. That's not it. The explosive should delay the deployment of any more creatures at least. Mountain and Bedlam Reveler. Alright, that Reveler, unlikely they can cast that. Alright, they're just running it out there. Please pay off. Fuck. My opponent had the sick read that I did not have a second land somehow and just deployed a second creature straight into my onboard removal spell. Play well, get rewarded. Now we're probably dead. They just cast 3 burn spells, attack for 8. Oh dear. Alright. We're in there or something. Needed that last turn, but here it is now. Okay. Now they have Kiln Fiend, though. That one turn where we didn't have room to breathe, probably all they needed. So we're taking 7, 8, 9. Lava Dart, worst possible. Yeah, we're dead. Dead to exactly Lava Dart. I don't... 9, 10, 11, 12, 30... I guess any burn spell would have done it there, but... Ugh. That was not fun. Alright, so... We're gonna bring in the Fatal Pushes for sure. Probably not any of this other stuff. And Brutality's more for actual burn than this kind of deck. I think we just have to like turtle up, like play our most efficient cards, get a side down, get some blockers. I think that's going to be our plan. Which is a shame because I really want to just go off, flex on some people in this league. Didn't record this video to just play side control. But that's where we are for now. I'll also cut a PO and a Wellspring. Let's bring in 4 pushes. Alright, let's go. A keepable hand. Huzzah. I'm going to play Watery Grave tapped. Like, if they want to get in for 1 with a Monastery Swift Spear, good for them. But playing a tap saves me 2 life in this matchup. That's important. Alright, Soulscar Mage. Alright, so I can push this thing this turn. The next turn play Wellspring, hopefully find a 0 or 1 cost artifact, and then turn on Opal. Push the Mage. Pushing Mage because this has more text than Swift Spear. Once they're both in play, once this loses Summoning Sickness, it's better than Swift Spear. Stage has been lit up. 2 lava darts. Gross. So I'm going to get Hallowed Fountain here, even though I don't have any white cards in my deck, because I want to maximize my ability to draw lands that come into play without causing me pain. Okay. Sai plus 2 friends right now. This should buy us some amount of time. Though these 2 lava darts just on suspend mode are kind of annoying. Because they're going to make Swift Spear large. They're going to clear my Thopters. Oh, even Manamorphose their way into it. Red Prowess is a pretty sweet deck. I should try that sometime. Them having a third mountain means they're probably fine sacrificing at least one of them. I'm just going to take my beats here. They can deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can 8 me that I can see. 9, 10, 11, 12. I think 12 is the most they could do here if they just have perfect everythings. And if they want to move in on the Lava Dart. Okay, they're going to Dart Psy. That's even worse. Okay, my life total did not take the full beating, but they did clear Psy. Fatal Push. Vista. Vista at least draws me 2 cards. That's so close. What I wanted to draw was another 0-drop to turn on Opal, but those Opals being legendary are a huge beating. Alright, we're at 11. Let's just hope we're not dead. How about that? They have a Lava Dart in their graveyard, so that's 2 damage, plus the attack, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, if they have just 2 Lightning Bolts or Lava Spikes, we're dead. There's one. Was that from hand? That's another 3. Is this lethal? 4. Yes, this is exactly lethal. Delightful. It's been a rough start, but I'm going to keep playing it out. I want to go off at least once in this league. Like, come on. Opponents, give me a chance here. Marsh Flats. Is this Mardu Shadow again? They're going to take the Astrolabe, which just collapses our entire hand. God. I'm glad everyone tunes in for this high quality content. Oh, they're Abzan. Like Grandfather Abzan. Just... Are there Tarmogoyfs and Scavenging Oozes in this deck? What are we playing against here? Nexus of Fate is kind of a sweet draw. It's an easy one for Liliana. Just get rid of that. Okay. We're just ticking our way up here. If we draw another land, we can Urza next turn. God, I hope they cast Siege Rhino. My body is ready. Haha, joke's on you. Haven't drawn a spell. Alright, so we recouped a card there. One of our redundant Mox Opals. My opponent said in the chat this is an effed up game, and they are not wrong. Land? Alright. I'll take a Bauble. That's kind of like a land. I'm going to Bauble myself on their end step. That'll give me some looks with some shuffles with Prismatic Vista if I don't like my top card. Oh no, they found a threat. Top card is Hallowed Fountain. Okay. Leave it there. It's Urza time. They gotta have like Path to Exile or something that they've been sitting on all this time. Some clean answer to Urza. I'm gonna leave this explosives in my hand. Maybe I shouldn't, but I will. Oh, Abrupt Decay. That doesn't kill Urza. Oh no, what are they doing with this 6 mana? Oh, they're just fetching. Okay. Deal. Don't Thoughtseize me. Fudge! Alright. It's top deck mode time. How about a paradoxical outcome? Are they going to attack with their vent? Alright, PO off the top. I'd also accept Urza. Serum Vig. Alright, bottom, top. Alright, Sai's got some game. Sai's a card I can play. These are high quality games down here in the 03 bracket. I'm going to play explosives on 0 so I can draw a card with Sai. Just kidding. Trophied. Alright, we can cast Nexus of Fate pretty soon. So my opponent is in good spirits about this nonsense. Alright, I'm going to cast the Nexus of Fate just to draw a card next turn. Oh shit, that's a very good card. Serum Visions. Alright. Does casting Serum Visions make sense? It's got to be better than Nexus of Fate, right? Or is Nexus just free? Like I Nexus, then get another draw and get to think about what I want to do with my visions? And I get to attack for one? Yes. Hadoken. You're at 19. Alright, Wellspring. I'm going to Visions first because I can draw what I find on my scry. Okay, okay. That's action. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now we're blasting. I think I want to cast a spell here. No, I don't. I just want to draw PO. Yeah, shuffling with Urza is probably a mistake. I'm not even going to pop Bobble. Like, I could have PO'd on their turn, but it would only be for 3. Oh no. Okay. That doesn't actually do anything. I have a lot of colorless creatures to battle with. I will snap off this block with Construct if it's offered. Alright, let's rumble. Maybe I'm supposed to pick up Urza there too. I'd believe that. Ah, shit. I'm just punting left and right. I got so excited that I did anything. Okay. They gave up. Smart. Alright, so Stony Silence definitely happening. They are a white deck. Though they had swords and clues. Maybe they don't have Stony Silence. I'm just gonna bring in my Planeswalkers. Oh, they might have oofs. Teferi can kill oofs, though. Alright, I'm gonna leave my engine in. I want to do it. Though they did also show me Assassin's Trophy. And what's with all my opponent's decks and all their playable disruption spells? Not cool. I'll cut a PO. Because I'm bringing in other 4-drops. Alright, let's do this. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand does something very slowly. My opponent has promised to play a threat this game. I hope they're lying. There's a threat. The perfect draw. I don't need a bonus Tezzeret. I do kind of want this 4th land. But I also just like really don't at the same time. I'm just going to bottom both. I'd rather draw some spells in between now and 4 mana. Oh, there's another one. So many threats. That's cool. This is a prime target for Abrupt Decay to make Tarmogoyf a giant immediately. But I'd rather bait it out with this than just hang the Engineered Explosives out there. This mana does not cast Liliana. It might be Night of Autumn. Oh, just re-Tarmogoyf? Oh, they're going to be so disappointed. I'm just going to do this. I can slam with my 4-drops after they... after I have a clean board to operate on. And it's rumble time. Alright. So I'm going to be at 15 and get to do what I want. So now the question is Urza or Tezzeret better on this board? Probably Urza. So when in doubt, Urza out. And like, because Tezzeret, I would want a minus to make a 5/5. Then I'm just getting crunched by Treetop Village. If I plus Tezzeret, it's at 4, and maybe I have another card in my hand, but Tezzeret takes 3. Yeah, we're just going with Urza. This is some Liliana protection. And if they trophy me, then I just have more mana to work with next turn. They can't decay this. They have to do some work to push it. My opponent is sad. Alright, Abrupt Decay. Urza lives. And I'm going to also cast Tezzeret right now. Pretty sure there's a swamp in this deck. Yeah. Rawr. Is that good enough for a scoop? Yeah, it is. All right. We just paraded our tap out threats onto the board. All right, folks, this is it. The last round. We're finally on the play. I would really like to go off just once in this league. So we're on the play, and we have a turn 1 Ichor Wellspring. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Not unless Astrolabe draws us something. Never mind. I got so excited. We do have Opal active on turn 1, though. So we do have a power Opal. Astrolabe's going to see an extra card. Then Wellspring can dig. Saheeli. We might have a chance here to do what this deck is made to do. Opponent's on 6. It's a good start. We're so used to being on the draw, I wasn't sure what we would, if we'd know how to play down a card. Ooh. So now I can bobble them and still have Opal active? Yeah, I'm going to bobble them in their upkeep. And just hang on to this Chalice. Concealed Courtyard. Okay, so there's some sort of Abzan deck, or they could be like the black-white Eldrazi deck. I'm just glad they didn't cast a discard spell. We're on land. Land in one of these 2 cards. Give me a turn 2, Saheeli. Give it to me. We got a land. All right, we got 2 lands. Let's hope that their deck cannot kill a turn 2 Saheeli. Because it'll start doing cool things on turn 3. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we're still not at this engine. Holy moly. I'm gonna Mind Stone first because I can use it to cast the Wellspring. Not fetching yet because I don't know what I need. Like, I'd hate to fetch Watery Grave and find an astrolabe or something. Oh, they just gave up. They didn't want to see the engine. I wanted to see the engine. Oh, they were so dead. Alright, so this deck's going to have Stony Silence. They have white mana. So, bring in the Teferis, I guess. Cut one of the opals and one of the explosives, maybe? Didn't see a whole lot out of their deck, so I'm just going to run it like so. Maybe I need Fatal Pushes for Thalia. No, I have Engineered Explosives for that. Alright. Let's do this. If I was smart, I would have boarded in Tezzeret, but I didn't because I really want to go off at least once in this league. I'm doing this for the quality of the video, not for the quality of the result at this point. You can play Opal and Amber, which plays around discard. But whatever. They don't do anything yet. I'd rather surprise my opponent with my capabilities next turn. Unless they have a Tide Hollow Sculler. Leonin Arbiter. No. No, 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 no. Okay. Arbiter resolves. I should be able to ignore this or play through it. Alright, so what's the correct way to sequence this? Mindstone, Amber, Opal, Wellspring. Yep. Let's get to puke onto the board here. It's a turn 3 Urza all day. Unless they want to let me PO. I'll do that too. Oh my god. Come on, opponent. Don't scoop prematurely. Let me do it. Just play Eldrazi Displacer or some garbage. Not that! Never that! Alright, we need a Teferi. Or another land. Alright, I'm going to save this bauble in case we draw a Sai. I can pay the Troll Toll on Leonin Arbiter to fetch a land. I don't think there's a reason to get black. I didn't board in any black cards, so... Wish I did now, but how could I have known? So I'm going to need to draw straight up to Fairy, or a land that comes into play that is not a fetch land. That'll do. Alright, Urza, let's do this. I think we're off. I think we did it. We found the line. Don't concede, don't concede, don't concede, don't concede. Let me cast my engine, please. Come on, opponent. What are you thinking about? Give it to me. We're doing it, team. Don't concede. Don't concede. Please don't concede. Yes. Oh, I should have floated blue. I have one blue less than I could if I had tapped Paradox Engine with Urza. One, two, three, four, five. I don't pick up Urza here. I can't play both. Oh, I could have picked up Urza because I can float in response. Wow, I'm learning this deck now. Imagine that when we hit our combo. Now you can concede. I'm off. I'm comfortable with this ending. All right. Salvage the 2-3 record. I'm sure I sideboarded wrong a number of times, and I know I played suboptimally too. This deck has a lot going on, and it seems pretty powerful. You just have to draw the right combination of enablers and payoffs. We had games where we failed to do either one, and then we had games where the sideboard games you just become this like planeswalker value deck, and then sometimes you just storm off. We got to actually engine someone last game, last match. Glad we got to do it. Thanks for sticking through to finally see the combo. I know that was 3 tough rounds to watch to kick it off, but I appreciate it. Make sure to smash the sub button if you enjoy the content. Check out my other videos. Follow me on Twitter @BoschandRoll. See you next time.